go on these trips and you're thinking like, oh, like I have so much to give them and I'm gonna make, like I wanna make such an impact on them, and you don't realize like the children that we like hung out with and played sports with and stuff impacted us, I think, I mean, I know we impacted them, but I think we were impacted a lot more because those children were the most loving people. I mean, we stepped foot on the school and never seen us before and just like attacked us with hugs and I love you, and which when you see people be like that, just open and vulnerable with you in the way that they love you, it's kind of hard not to love them that way back.
Honestly, I was expecting there to be kind of like a wall that I had to climb to kind of connect with them, but it took all of 2 minutes to connect with them. I guess for the whole group too, just because they were so loving, and they kind of made the first step to love on us, even though they probably shouldn't have because they were 10-year-old kids, but they did, and so it made it a lot easier just to be ourselves around them.
I think that was the biggest blessing because I was just able to jump in and just like go with the flow, and that's not normally my personality. I'm very much of like I need to know the plan, know what's going to happen, and doing that forced me to just be like, okay, like stand back and just watch what's going to happen and just roll with it.
God knows me by name, and these children knew me by name, and no matter how exhausted I was at any point during the trip, it was, I'm going to continue to pour into them because they were so interested in who I was and getting to know me.
It's not one thing I thought was going to happen. I thought by the end of the trip I was going to be worn down and like just ready for Christmas break and just do nothing. But I was actually more recharged by the time I left. Although I was pretty tired, obviously, but I was more recharged after that trip than I thought I was going to be.
I'm not naturally just a vulnerable and open person. I'm very quiet and reserved. And I just like to kind of sit back and listen and watch. And I think being open and vulnerable with people showed me how important that is in developing meaningful relationships.
I grew a lot over the trip in kind of different ways. I was just like, okay, Lord, I trust you. I know you brought me here for a reason. Even though I feel terrible, I trust you no matter how I feel. And then I woke up the next morning. For some reason, I just had like an overwhelming amount of peace. And I was like, okay, let's just go love on people today and do whatever you want me to do.
This was an opportunity to give more of myself that I didn't know I had. And I wanted to just continue to grow in my own faith, but then also share with others just the amazing love that God has. Giving of myself actually then recharged me and kind of gave back the energy that I then needed.
With my Dixieland alive, let's go!
I wanna roll my windows down.
I think a huge thing was vulnerability. We were all very vulnerable with each other from the get-go. Even when we weren't pouring into the children, we were pouring into each other, whether it was at dinner or whether it was staying up way too late, just talking under the stars. It was just such an amazing opportunity to get to know other fellow Christian athletes.
It was like everybody was just like one big family, and that was something that was continued through the whole trip. And we were just so encouraging of each other and loving of each other through the whole trip.
Having this group of people and a true group of people centered around God and our relationships centered around faith is really important, and it allows me some people just to lean on.